Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Smart English Official, where mastering English is simple and enjoyable. I'm Lima.
And I'm James. Hey, Lima, how's everything with you today?
Hey, James. I'm doing wonderful. Thanks for asking. What about you? How has your day been so far?
I'm feeling great as well, thanks. My day has been good, pretty peaceful until now. I enjoyed a delicious cup of tea this morning. Mmm,
Oh, that sounds delightful. Tea is so refreshing in the morning.
it certainly is. So, Lima, what's our subject for today? It's an interesting one, isn't it?
It absolutely is, James. Today we're going to explore daily routines. It's an incredibly practical topic for English students because we discuss our day constantly.
Precisely. Everyone has a routine, even though it might vary slightly each day. It's an excellent opportunity to practice numerous verbs and time-related expressions.
Absolutely. And before we begin, please remember to give this video a thumbs up, share it with people you know, and subscribe to Smart English Official. Your support really matters to us.
Yes, we'd really appreciate that. We're so glad to have you learning with us. And today we have something special. Well, not someone joining us directly, but a message from our friend Sarah. She's shared her daily schedule with us.
That's correct. Sarah is going to walk us through her daily routine. We'll listen to her description, and then James and I will discuss it and also tell you a bit about our own daily schedules.
It's a fantastic way to experience authentic English and discover new vocabulary and expressions about our everyday activities. Are you all set, Lima?
I'm all set, James. Let's hear about Sarah's day.
Hi there, my name is Sarah. I'd like to share my daily routine with you. I get up at 6:15 a.m. every weekday. I'm not a fan of getting up early, but my work begins early. The first thing I do is climb out of bed. Next, I head to the bathroom. I brush my teeth and rinse my face. I always feel much more alert after rinsing my face. Then I go to the kitchen. I prepare a cup of tea. I absolutely love tea. While the tea is steeping, I grab my phone. I check my messages and emails. Occasionally, I browse social media for several minutes. Following that, I get dressed. I typically wear casual clothes for work, like jeans and a blouse. I don't dress formally every single day. After that, I have breakfast. My breakfast is generally simple: bread with butter and honey plus my tea. Sometimes I add some fruit as well. At 7:15 a.m., I exit my house to head to work. I ride my bicycle. The bicycle ride takes approximately 25 minutes. I typically listen to music or a podcast while cycling. I reach work at roughly 7:40 a.m. My shift begins at 8 a.m. I work in an office environment. I review my emails and begin my assignments. I spend many hours working on my laptop. At 12:30 p.m., I take my lunch break. I usually pack my lunch from home, maybe a wrap or a soup. I eat alongside my colleagues. We chat and share stories. It's wonderful to take a break. During the afternoon, I keep working. Occasionally, I attend meetings. My shift ends at 5 p.m. Following work, I cycle back home. I typically get home around 5:30 p.m. Once I arrive home, I enjoy unwinding for a while. I settle on the couch and perhaps watch some television or flip through a magazine. Later, around 7 p.m., I prepare dinner. I enjoy cooking, so I experiment with different recipes occasionally. Following dinner, I clean up the dishes. In the evening, I enjoy spending quality time with my family. We might stream a show together or have conversations. Sometimes I do a bit of exercise, perhaps take a stroll. Before sleeping, I take a bath. Afterward, I read a few pages of a book. I typically get to bed around 11 p.m. I make an effort to get adequate rest, about 7 to 8 hours, and that's my usual weekday. During weekends, my schedule is completely different and much more laid back.
Wonderful, thank you, Sarah. That was an excellent description of your day.
Yes, thanks so much, Sarah. That provides us with a really comprehensive view of her daily schedule.
I appreciated how specific she was with the timing, like 6:15 a.m. and 12:30 p.m. That's really useful when you're describing your day.
Yes, incredibly specific, and she incorporated so many everyday verbs that we use regularly, like she gets up, she climbs out of bed. Excellent examples.
Yes. I observed she mentioned, I'm not a fan of getting up early, but my work begins early. I can relate to that feeling, James.
Oh, absolutely, Lima. Sometimes it's challenging to get up early, but having a purpose like work helps.
Very true. And she mentioned, I brush my teeth and rinse my face. These are activities we all perform.
Yes, fundamental activities. And then she talked about tea. She prepares a cup of tea. That's also my favorite morning ritual.
Mine as well. And then she grabs her phone and checks messages. Countless people do that immediately.
Yes. It's a contemporary routine, correct? Email, social media, and then she gets dressed. Casual clothes for work.
Yes, comfort matters at work. And then breakfast. Bread with butter and honey. Sounds delicious and straightforward?
Yes. Ideal for a fast breakfast. And then she exits her house to head to work, and she rides her bicycle. That's a popular commuting method.
Yes, cycling is quite popular, and the journey is 25 minutes. That's an ideal time to enjoy music or a podcast like our show.
Yes, precisely. Listen to Smart English Official during your commute. And she reaches work around 7:40 a.m. Her shift starts at 8 a.m. Punctuality is important.
Yes, being on time is always important, and she spends hours on her laptop. Many of us do that nowadays, right? In office settings.
Absolutely true. Laptop work is extremely prevalent. And then lunch at 12:30 p.m. A wrap or soup from home. That's an excellent way to save money and maintain health.
Yes, absolutely. And eating alongside colleagues. That's pleasant. Developing workplace relationships is valuable.
Yes. Chatting and sharing stories. It makes the workday more enjoyable. Then she continues working in the afternoon and occasionally attends meetings.
Meetings are significant for many professionals, and her shift concludes at 5 p.m. That's a reasonable finishing time.
Yes, it is. Not overly late. Then she cycles back home, getting there around 5:30 p.m.
And then she enjoys unwinding for a while, settling on the couch, watching television, or reading a magazine. That's crucial after working, right?
Completely. It's essential to relax and mentally disconnect from work. And then she prepares dinner around 7 p.m. She enjoys cooking. That's a pleasant pastime.
Yes, cooking is wonderful. And then the less enjoyable task, cleaning up the dishes.
Yes, it must be done, but it's part of daily life. And then spending quality time with family during the evening, streaming a show, or conversing. That's really lovely.
Very lovely. Family moments are precious, and sometimes she exercises a bit, like taking a stroll, beneficial for wellness.
Yes, a stroll is an excellent form of exercise. And before sleeping, she takes a bath and reads a book.
Reading before sleeping is an excellent practice. It promotes relaxation, and she gets to bed around 11 p.m.
And she makes an effort to get adequate rest, 7 to 8 hours. That's excellent guidance. Sleep is crucial for our physical and mental health.
Yes, it is. So, James, after hearing Sarah's routine, how does it compare to yours?
That's an interesting question, Lima. Well, similar to Sarah, I also get up early for work, though slightly later than her, around 7:15 a.m. And honestly, I don't always enjoy it either.
Right. The alarm isn't always welcomed, is it?
Not at all, but I also climb out of bed, head to the bathroom, brush my teeth, and rinse my face. Those steps are identical. And then tea. I absolutely prepare a cup of tea immediately.
Naturally, the tea connection.
Indeed. And I also look at my phone for messages and emails while enjoying my tea. So, quite a similar morning pattern thus far. What about your routine, Lima?
Very comparable for me as well. I also get up around 7:15 a.m., and yes, tea is essential. I also check my phone for updates and messages. I get dressed following that. Casual attire for work here at the recording studio.
Yes, being comfortable is essential. Do you have breakfast at home, Lima?
Yes, I do. My breakfast typically consists of oatmeal with berries and nuts. Sometimes I have bread as well. It varies by day.
Oh, that sounds incredibly nutritious and tasty. Sarah eats bread, so there's a connection. My breakfast is typically bread and scrambled eggs or occasionally oatmeal.
Lovely. So, following breakfast, how do you commute to work, James? Sarah cycles.
I take the subway, Lima. My workplace is somewhat distant, so the subway is more efficient for me. It requires about 30 minutes.
Ah, I see. So, an alternative commuting method. I also take the subway to work. It only takes about 20 minutes for me. So, a quick trip.
That's convenient. A short commute is beneficial. And upon arriving at work, what's your first task? Sarah reviews her emails.
Yes, I also review my emails immediately, and then I begin planning my assignments for the day. So, that's quite similar to Sarah.
Same here. Emails always come first. Then, similar to Sarah, I spend hours on my laptop. My position also requires extensive laptop work.
Yes, ours does too for the podcast production. And lunchtime. Sarah eats at 12:30 p.m.
I typically have lunch around 1:15 p.m., so slightly later than Sarah. I frequently pack my lunch as well, like a grain bowl or leftovers from yesterday's dinner.
Oh, leftovers are fantastic. I typically pack my lunch too, or occasionally I purchase something from nearby. So we all bring meals sometimes.
Yes, it's sensible. And then the afternoon shift. Do you have numerous meetings, Lima? Sarah mentioned she occasionally attends meetings.
Yes, I attend meetings as well, particularly virtual meetings nowadays. So that resembles Sarah's schedule. And my shift also concludes around 5 p.m. or 5:30 p.m.
Mine ends around 5:30 p.m. or 6 p.m., so somewhat later than Sarah. And then following work, what do you do? Do you unwind for a while like Sarah?
Yes, I absolutely unwind for a bit. When I arrive home, I typically settle down, perhaps enjoy some music or simply decompress for several minutes. It's essential to transition.
I concur. I typically switch into relaxed clothing and settle on my couch for a while too. Perhaps check the headlines, and then dinner. Sarah prepares dinner around 7 p.m.
Yes, I also prepare dinner around that hour, between 6:30 p.m. and 7:30 p.m. I enjoy cooking as well, like Sarah, though sometimes I get takeout.
Yes, same here. It's pleasant to take a break from cooking occasionally, and following dinner, the dishes, correct?
Yes, the dishes. No avoiding them. But it's part of daily life. And then evening pursuits. Sarah spends quality time with her family.
I frequently spend time with my family as well, or I might stream a program or read a book. Sometimes I take a stroll like Sarah, so that's fairly comparable.
Yes, very comparable. And before sleeping, Sarah takes a bath and reads a book.
I also bathe in the evening and I enjoy reading as well, or listening to an audiobook. It helps me wind down before sleep.
Yes, me as well. And what time do you typically go to bed, James? Sarah mentioned 11 p.m.
I attempt to get to bed around 11 p.m. or 11:30 p.m., so quite similar to Sarah. I strive to get sufficient rest as well, around 7 to 8 hours. Yes, that's my objective too. Around 11 p.m. or 11:30 p.m. is perfect. So it appears Sarah has a very standard busy weekday schedule, just like most of us.
Yes, absolutely. It's wonderful to recognize how much we can discover from her straightforward description. All these verbs like get up, climb out of bed, brush teeth, prepare tea, get dressed, have breakfast, head to work, take lunch, finish work, return home, prepare dinner, clean dishes, take a bath, read a book, go to bed. These are daily activities.
Precisely. And all the time-related expressions. 6:15 a.m., 7:15 a.m., 12:30 p.m., 5 p.m., 5:30 p.m., 7 p.m., 11 p.m. Extremely practical.
Yes, crucial for describing your day. Should we listen to Sarah's routine once more? It's beneficial to hear it again after our discussion.
That's an excellent suggestion. Let's listen to Sarah again. Focus on all the vocabulary and phrases we just discussed.
Hi there, my name is Sarah. I'd like to share my daily routine with you. I get up at 6:15 a.m. every weekday. I'm not a fan of getting up early, but my work begins early. The first thing I do is climb out of bed. Next, I head to the bathroom. I brush my teeth and rinse my face. I always feel much more alert after rinsing my face. Then I go to the kitchen. I prepare a cup of tea. I absolutely love tea. While the tea is steeping, I grab my phone. I check my messages and emails. Occasionally, I browse social media for several minutes. Following that, I get dressed. I typically wear casual clothes for work, like jeans and a blouse. I don't dress formally every single day. After that, I have breakfast. My breakfast is generally simple, bread with butter and honey plus my tea. Sometimes I add some fruit as well. At 7:15 a.m., I exit my house to head to work. I ride my bicycle. The bicycle ride takes approximately 25 minutes. I typically listen to music or a podcast while cycling. I reach work at roughly 7:40 a.m. My shift begins at 8 a.m. I work in an office environment. I review my emails and begin my assignments. I spend many hours working on my laptop. At 12:30 p.m., I take my lunch break. I usually pack my lunch from home, maybe a wrap or a soup. I eat alongside my colleagues. We chat and share stories. It's wonderful to take a break. During the afternoon, I keep working. Occasionally, I attend meetings. My shift ends at 5 p.m. Following work, I cycle back home. I typically get home around 5:30 p.m. Once I arrive home, I enjoy unwinding for a while. I settle on the couch and perhaps watch some television or flip through a magazine. Later, around 7 p.m., I prepare dinner. I enjoy cooking, so I experiment with different recipes occasionally. Following dinner, I clean up the dishes. In the evening, I enjoy spending quality time with my family. We might stream a show together or have conversations. Sometimes I do a bit of exercise, perhaps take a stroll. Before sleeping, I take a bath. Afterward, I read a few pages of a book. I typically get to bed around 11 p.m. I make an effort to get adequate rest, about 7 to 8 hours, and that's my usual weekday. During weekends, my schedule is completely different and much more laid back. Excellent. That was Sarah's daily routine. Once again, we hope you found it enjoyable and picked up some new vocabulary and expressions.
Yes, it's an excellent learning method. Thank you once more, Sarah, for describing your day to us.
And thank you everyone for tuning in to Smart English Official.
Please remember to subscribe to our channel, give this video a like, and share it with anyone studying English.
Yes. And please drop a comment below. Share with us one activity you perform daily that's part of your routine. We'd be delighted to read your responses.
That's a wonderful question, Lima. We truly enjoy hearing from you.
So, that concludes today's episode on daily routines. Until next time.
Goodbye, everyone. Keep working on your English skills.